And welcome to another Chainsaw Man chapter review and discussion. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 121, Theory of Happiness. A happiness theory. Theory of happiness. I had it right the first time. What's good, everybody? How is everybody feeling?
Hello.
It's Chainsaw Man Tuesday. What a great chapter. A lot to talk about today. A lot to theorize about. A lot to speculate on. How's everybody doing in the chat? First time here early. Asa is me for real, for real. Yeah, dude, this chapter was very real. It hit a little too close to home. High school Josh definitely relates to Asa quite a bit.
Asa, yeah.
Quite a bit.
Sad.
Yeah, sad. We were both on our sad boy and sad girl hours. So, let's just get into it. Mehgan, how did you feel about the chapter today? What were some of your thoughts? Because Yoshida's back, dude, and I can't tell if he's a jealous boyfriend or if he's got something else up his sleeve.
No, I think he's figured her out already.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure.
So, yeah, it was just a matter of time. Like, when he said, leave Denji alone, I wasn't expecting, a confession of love in this chapter, when she was like, let's go hang out. I was like, no, he's going to tell her something. And rightfully so. I mean, he could be on the side of, Nayuta, which is, I'm going to keep you kind of safe. Or he could be the latter, and he could be trying to take him down or something.
Right. Well, here's my thing with Yoshida. I really do believe that he knows, of course, everything that is going on. The organization that he is working with are trying to prevent the apocalypse. I really do feel that way. I know that there's a lot of theories going around that Yoshida potentially has a contract with or is, the Death Devil themselves. But I really don't see that. And potentially at the end, we see what could be that devil. A lot of people say that it's more likely that the devil that we see at the end is something more akin to the suicide devil.
That's what I thought.
Depression devil.
I thought it was yeah. Because I think it is the suicide devil at the end, because Asa, it's literally cuts from her saying I don't want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dead body on the floor and everyone on the building.
Yeah, and even Fujimoto, the way that he conveys Asa's really just the level of which her depression, her loneliness, all of those emotions, the level that she's at, by even putting that final word bubble over her face, completely obscuring her, almost as if hiding her. I mean, he really,
well, it's her
touches.
Thoughts. Her thoughts are engulfing her being, to the point where even the devil's damn, you good girl.
Yeah, it's these little touches.
Damn, okay, chill. You're being too hard on yourself. Usually I tell you you're a piece of shit, but you can't tell yourself that.
You can't tell yourself that. But yeah. Vex Hart says paradoxical relationships have been a thing since before the 90s. We just didn't call it that. So I think this is in response to Cosmos. The social commentary about parasocial relationships doesn't fit the 90s, LOL. He said books and TV. Nah, Fujimoto was talking about phones and computers and realized he was writing a weird piece.
Writing a period piece.
Oh, writing a period. Why did I say weird? Bro, I see whatever the hell I want to see sometimes. A period piece. Yeah, I mean, I think the term parasocial relationship was definitely popularized later on. But it existed. It existed, I think, before the time that term was popularized. Mm-hmm. And maybe has grown a little more intense because of access to certain people's lives.
Imagine reading Shakespeare back in the day and be like, I know him.
Yeah.
I feel him. I know you, dude. And he's like, what?
Shakespeare's writing for me.
Yeah.
We worked together a long time ago. Yeah, there was one dude like that, for sure.
Not work together.
No, but I'm saying like someone who lived at the time Shakespeare lived.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, yeah, we used to work together.
Isn't parasocial like you don't know them?
Right, but maybe like, you know what I mean? Like, or maybe he used to come in to get like bread from my bakery or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Something like that. Something like that. Point is, Fujimoto's always been good at writing people's
Cringe.
Well, cringe, sure, yeah, but just conveying emotion in a very realistic way, in a very real way that always makes me think of a younger me, a current me sometimes, and really empathize with the characters. They just feel so real, and I feel for them so much. We also have some interesting lines here from Nayuta, saying that she smells the nastiest scent she's ever smelled, which does
devil.
Lead me to believe that this devil that we see at the end is no devil to be toyed with, and could potentially be the death devil.
Yeah, because death smells.
Death does smell. Death does smell. So let's just go through it from the very beginning real quick. So we see them, and in the student council office, and Asa's in her head, and this is like also a great way to show her priorities versus kind of everybody else's priorities. Denji is kind of this way too. Mm-hmm. He's very, very similar, and was similar in part 1 when everybody else was dealing with devils and the apocalypse and this and that. Like, he had his concerns, which were being with a woman and getting fed.
Yeah, but the difference is like Denji had, you know, they weren't super friendly until later, but like he was living with power and Aki.
True.
Like Asa has fucking no one.
No one.
Like absolutely zero bitches. Like zero.
You're right. She starts questioning, you know, maybe this guy does kind of like me. You know, he kind of denied me, shut me down, but maybe he's coming back begging for some more.
He's reinforcing my ideals.
Yeah.
He's affirming my values.
He's affirming my values.
If you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
And he says, what?
Anyone?
He's affirming my values?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck yeah, he's affirming my values.
Can you affirm my values?
Affirm my values harder. And he leans in and he says, you know what? There's something I want to tell you. Something I want to tell you. What?
Can you play the...
Oh, yeah. He leans in. He says, something I want to tell you. Stay away from Denji. Now, I love, personally, the headcanon that Yoshida is gay. I'm here for it. I love it. I want it to be true. And actually, we have exclusive footage.
Of, like, what it sounded like in that room.
Yes, of this scene animated. We have a preview of it. Let me just make sure it's all queued up so that everybody can see it and we can all watch it together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is actually from the chapter. If you look here, you can see it. Let me just play it for everybody.
There's something you should probably know. Oh man, this is hard.
This is Yoshida and Asa
are kind of, you know,
in the student council
together
room.
Oh. Yeah, he's my man. I'm more out than Kyle is, but it sucks because he acts like we're not a couple at school because he's embarrassed, but we get home and he's the best boyfriend I've ever had.
Wow, I'm sorry. I totally respect that.
And that is actual footage. An actual...
Don't touch me, kids. I don't like girls.
Oh, shit. And of course, shout out, you know, Elon.
Just stay away from my man, bitch.
Yeah, for sharing that with everybody.
Thank you, Eline. At Brainsteak on Twitter. Thank you. That made me chuckle this morning.
Yeah, I had a good laugh. Yo, don't touch Yoshida's mans. So funny. And he's so nonchalant. He's like, all right, that's it. Have a good one. Bye. I'd rather not say why. So,
which is like, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have to, I mean, yeah, just stay, like, there's so much more at play. Like, she knows. This isn't like, I don't know, maybe she does think it's some like petty like school shit, but like she should know that everyone that she's met thus far has had a little something, something off about them. So I would assume that she would maybe look into it after, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, is Yoshida, does he have a contract with the Death Devil? I don't think so, but he's aware of Fami. He's aware of Asa's situation. You know, he's obviously aware of the Makima situation. As
he should be. He's a freaking devil hunter.
As he should be. And he knows that Denji, Chainsaw Man, is their only hope for being saved, which is why he's trying to keep him safe and keep him away from all of this.
Maybe.
That could be right. That could be. Because I could be assuming a lot, and it could be. There could be a twist.
There could be a twist because I don't know. I don't know if Yoshida and Nayuta have to be the ones to like try to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would be a twist to where he's like pulling the strings some other way. Maybe not in the way to like kill Denji, but he's definitely trying to keep him in check.
He is. He's definitely trying to keep him in check.
For reasons we maybe don't know yet. Maybe not just like you need to lay low, but maybe there's someone else giving him orders or a higher rank.
People point to that line too where he casually kind of drops the whole would you eat the Death Devil? Would you be able to in the aquarium, you know, as like Sussy or like him saying that kind of out of nowhere. But I really do think, and maybe he's trying to prevent the apocalypse, or maybe he's trying to, maybe his organization, it is corrupt, and they're trying to speed it up, and then they're trying to be the ones who control Denji, so that when the day is saved and the world is saved, they can take credit for it. I don't know. There's lots of ulterior motives that they could have. They could have a lot of ulterior motives, but he's definitely in the know about everything that's going on. We got a member coming from Tiberius. Shout out Tiberius. Let's fucking go, gang. But yeah, and I had this weird thought, you know, if we're not saying that the devil at the end of this chapter is, or what we're seeing at the end of this chapter is the Death Devil, and instead maybe like the Suicide Devil or something, I thought it would be kind of interesting if, you know, maybe Yoshida is trying to keep everybody apart. Like, you know, he's trying to keep everybody from everybody. Because everybody is sort of coming together around Denji, around Chainsaw Man. You know, you have Fami, who's going to that school. You have Asa, who's going to that school. You have Nayuta, who lives with him. Like, they're all in such close proximity to Denji, but also each other. And maybe he's trying to keep all of them, you know, at an arm's length, because when they all come together is when death arrives. You know, something like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but yeah. Please clap. Please clap says, I assume he's working for Kishibe. Kishibe noticed he was talented, and Kishibe is the only person we know who knew about Chainsaw Man erasing stuff. That's the thing too. You know, he's definitely rose in the ranks, grown in power since. So
people are saying it could be Santa Claus again.
Yeah,
I don't know how likely that would be though.
We've seen some devils come back.
I know, but I don't know how if I would like that too much. If it was just kind of.
It's what we talked about, I think, last week, which was like, at what point do you run the risk of? At a certain point, like reintroducing devils we've seen before is cool, but at what point do you run the risk of it starting to really feel like it's not just something done thematically, but it's just getting repetitive? Yeah. Continuing on through the chapter, this is where Asa falls apart when he says, peace out, I'm out of here. And we cut to Nayuta and Denji. Again, Suicide Devil would probably maybe elicit the same reaction from Nayuta, but she says, I smell something nasty. It's the nastiest devil scent I've ever smelled. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't just anybody saying this. And it's the nastiest devil scent she's ever smelled. This is a very powerful presence, which means it very well could be death. A lot of people are saying, like, there's no way. This isn't the way that Fujimoto would introduce this character. It would be kind of like underwhelming if they appeared this way. But I don't know. This is the one line that gives credence to it. Them possibly.
Nat said maybe she meant it as a compliment.
Okay, yeah, true.
Because she doesn't think wet dogs smell.
That's true. And she does live with Denji, who
smell
takes fat shits
something nasty like that. She said it like that.
Yeah. That's
like nasty, like When you're listening to like a song, you're like, "Oh, this beat's nasty."
This beat's nasty.
Yeah.
She did. She maybe did mean it like that.
Yeah, it smells nasty. I mean, she's literally like right by his ass, so he could have just like farted right now.
Right. She's like,
She could have just
nasty.
yeah. He could have just ripped one like. Burn.
It's the nastiest devil scent I've ever smelled. He's like, no, I just shit myself right now.
Yeah. I've just been.
And she's like, oh, that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
He says he doesn't want to be Chainsaw Man anymore because she's just going to cock block him anyway. And I really do like the nice little touch of her not saying like, no, that's not true. Like I'm just looking out for you. She's like, no, I'm definitely going to keep cock blocking you. But at least, you could get love from the people, more love than you could ever get from any girlfriend. And doesn't that sound
like,
pretty
awesome? Yeah. You're very convincing. Meowie again. Loving the dogs.
Now is where we get Asa's
She's broken.
unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this got me like this whole page, these 2 pages right here, really fucking ripped me to shreds. I mean,
it's just like me talking to myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't say we've all been here, but I feel like we've all been here.
There's one like in your brain, you're like, maybe you shouldn't say those things about yourself, and you're like, nah.
Right. There's maybe 1 or 2 well-adjusted people in this chat right now who are saying like, not me.
I've never felt this before.
Not me. I had it figured out since I was, in the womb, but
no, it's like when you
most of
think
us.
that, like a person, I mean, she jumped to conclusions so quick. There wasn't even a relationship between the two of them, and he already turned her down once, so I don't know why she thought it would be different this time. But yeah, she even says, I mean, I don't know why I do this, like why I build this up and then get disappointed when it doesn't happen, Like, I don't know why I keep making myself sad.
Why I keep getting my hopes up?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, That's the thing about what makes her character feel so real is she's kind of taking L's. She's very lonely. She's lost a friend. She's lost her family. The whole since this part started, like the cards have been stacked against her. But every now and then, as is true with I think most humans, she has this moment where she's like, maybe I'm being too hard on myself. Maybe this guy does like me. Maybe even
He's
despite
reaffirming
all
my
these
values.
bad things, maybe I do deserve love. And then reality comes in and is like, nah.
I'm only talking to you about this person. That's something too. It's like, I'm not just like turning you down. It is like, I'm turning you down, but I'm not even here to talk to you about that at all. I'm talking about you not coming near this other person. That's like more important than you.
Right.
So you could just not be there.
Yeah. It's tough. A life of solitude would be better than feeling like this. Damn. Fujimoto, chill, bro, chill. Even Yoru coming in, you might be right.
You might be right.
I
know you're arrogant.
But this is the line right here too.
Oh, right there, right there.
At the top of the page.
Yeah.
Let me just flip back here. This line, I only care about myself, yet whenever I get lonely, I crave companionship. How arrogant is that? I don't think that's arrogant, but that's sure as hell relatable. She's tired of her inability to maintain a lasting relationship with another human being. It's really getting to her. It's like, she loses a friend, but then she's got these distractions in her life. She's got Denji to kind of distract her. She's got other things to kind of distract her. But the dust is all kind of settling. Her friend's gone. Denji's gone. Like, Denji seems like he wants nothing to do with her, at least according to her memory. Yoshida is telling her, even if that wasn't the case, don't hang out with my man. So she's like, fuck, dude, I really now truly feel the loneliness.
I mean, yeah, she was, in her mind, she was stood up.
Yeah.
And then dunked on.
Yeah. Wild. Then we get the panel of the man jumping from the building because she says here with the speech bubble covering her face, maybe I'd be better off dead. And a man jumping from the building, unaliving himself. Something's wrong, Asa, stay back. And then we see this final panel. Now, a lot of people, let's flip back over here to this last panel. A lot of people are speculating that this woman right here on the, I guess she's second down, more in the middle in black. This might be the person with the contract because the composition of it is kind of sort of leading your eye and leading you to kind of believe that potentially and possibly, like she stands out purposely from the rest of everyone. How do you feel about that, Mehgan? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I guess that could be true.
I mean,
could be true.
Could be true, but we'll have to wait till not next week, but the week after that to find out. What is the likelihood, and I'm going to take a poll in our community, what is the likelihood that this is the Death Devil? Or just, I'm going to say Death Devil, I'm going to say Suicide Devil, I'm going to say some other devil.
I would say more likely to be Suicide Devil.
That's kind of where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's really just that Naruto line that makes me think sort of otherwise. Do y'all remember The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan? I do.
What is that?
I do. I believe in my memory, it was a movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, with the
trees.
wind?
I think it was with the trees.
The trees?
And maybe the trees were, something was being carried by the wind from the trees, but it was making people unalive themselves.
Mara said this dead guy's position is apparently a reference to Midsommar. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know for sure, but it makes me think it's the cult devil.
Oh, the cult devil. That would be interesting too. Because that, I mean, any smell, I mean, cult devil, suicide devil, like that, they would have some nasty sense too. Because people in cults, they're having orgies all the time. They're not showering. They usually live on some kind of weird compound. Maybe they usually probably don't have running water. They just have each other's, orifices and the words of some like strange man. But yeah. I'm going to say rejection or failure devil in the line with the chapter. Hopefully it's not Midsommar sucked. Midsommar, I did see Midsommar. I think you saw it too.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't suck. It's just overhyped.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say.
I definitely didn't hate it, but it was from the director of Hereditary. Man, I was expecting a lot because I
like Hereditary.
It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror movies of all time, and it just didn't meet those expectations. But it wasn't that bad. But yes, overhyped. I did enjoy it though. No, they have water. Otherwise, they'd be silly. Okay, so I'm going to make a poll. And Mehgan, your vote is Suicide Devil. So I'm just going to say...
I mean, it would just fit. Like, what would happen if Yoru were to... I mean, what would happen if Asa were to die?
What would happen if Asa was to die?
What would happen to Yoru?
Yoru would probably die.
Really?
Unless Yoru would just take over...
Because maybe,
Asa's
like,
body.
I mean, obviously she's, like, really sad right now. But maybe, like, her walking towards this building, she was getting even sadder. And Yoru's like...
I see
Yoru's like, yeah, I think you're being a little too hard on yourself. She'd go back to, what? I can't read that comment.
She'd go back to hell. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, not die, but, like, she'd go back to hell. And there's a possibility she wouldn't die, that she would take over Asa's body, but... because she's in the position that she's in and sort of made that deal with Asa, because she had said at any point she could just take over completely and fully. She's in a weakened state. So, but when I say die, I mean be sent back to hell. Okay, let me finish making this poll. Sorry, my multitasking skills aren't great.
Bad. Asa died, yours dies, so mutually beneficial to stay alive. That's what I was thinking. So, like, obviously she's down in the dumps right now, and her saying stuff like, what is even the point to live? Like, yours, like, I don't know if we should be thinking like that. Let's chin up and stay together, because it does benefit Yoru. And there is a part of me that does want to believe that Yoru is, like, warming up to Asa, but I feel like at the end of the day, she's a devil, and she's going to look out for some of her best interests at this point.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, she clearly wants to protect her body, like the host body. So yeah, I would say it's very likely that she would die. If Asa died, she would die. Or, what dying means to a devil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh wow, the poll so far, some other devil is leading by a lot.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's too on the nose.
Do lots of people fear that though? Don't really have a phobia. Not trying to make light of the struggle. Phobia of what? What exactly?
I'm talking about suicide.
A fear of that.
I would say that's scary.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Well, not only to yourself, but the people that you love, like loved ones.
Absolutely.
That would be a scary. That's like a phobia of someone, that happening to someone. Like, that would be scary. That does scare me.
Yeah, absolutely. Some other devil is pulling, still in the lead, but it's pulled back a little bit. It's not as much in the lead as it was before. Did everyone forget the justice devil? Look, people are also saying that this could be, like you said, Santa Claus returning. I could be very wrong. Fujimoto is definitely a man who's going to do whatever the hell he wants, but I also don't think that is the case. I'm going to end this poll in maybe one more minute, just because I don't want to let it go on too long. Panic Pikachu says, a little early for Death Devil, could be Famine again, maybe using another devil like she did with Eternity. I actually do like that as well. And is it though? Is it too early for the Death Devil? Let's just put that out there too. Because we got War and Famine like pretty back to back. Now I know what you're saying, like that would complete the four,
it would just be a introduction. We don't have to go that far into the Death Devil right now. It would just be a moment, and then more of the story happens, and then we get to see them later more. I mean, even if they were introduced, I don't think they would be a huge part in the story. Just like Famine's not really a huge part in what's happening with them right now.
Right.
But who knows? It might be.
Oh, shout out. Dude, it's 4 a.m. in Thailand, and this is my first time catching a stream live. Big fan, man. Great stuff. Thank you. 4 a.m. You sound like me, dude, up in the wee hours. Shout out Thailand, said JS. Absolutely. Shout out Thailand. Okay, let me end the poll now. It's been going for a while. So I just want to see what second place. So some other devil won by 56%. The Suicide Devil got second place, 31%, and Death at the very bottom. Maybe it is too early for Death. We did get a lot, but again, that would complete the four horsemen. So I do like what Panicked Pikachu said about it potentially even being Famine using another devil like we've seen her do before. Very interesting stuff. So the only thing left to do now, I guess, is to get out of here on our outro that's always the same and never changes. Which today, Mehgan, is...
Stay away from my main.
Oh, I like that one. That's good. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. We're probably still going to be doing a community live tomorrow as well. So tune in for that. Sorry, Mehgan. And until next time...
Stay away from my man! It's my man!
It's my man!
Not yours! Stay away!
Mine! Ask him, he'll tell you he's mine.
Yeah, he's not really out as much as I am.
Thank you guys, love you guys.
But, when he gets home, he's the best one for our head.